What's up, guys? Mr. Dan here. Another Dollar Tree haul. We'll focus on the horror. I actually have an ulterior motive here. I actually want to promote the stream we're doing on Terrence McGuana's channel tonight. It's November 20th today. It'll be at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Terrence and I and some guests, I believe, Wes from I Am the Ice Lord and Curly from Curly Girl to Movies will also be there. And we'll be talking about heavy metal and horror movies. And I have a lot of thoughts on the matter. I probably could have made a few videos to get ready for it, to be honest with you, but it's kind of a busy time of year. So if you're seeing this at a later date and you want to go back and rewatch that, that would be great. We would appreciate it. Terrence McGuana's channel. He has a show called Psychobabble. Look for it on his channel. Yeah, so I'll be getting ready for that stream today. And let's get into it with some horror movie hauls. Actually, we got some Dollar Tree, and we got some Walmart. All right, I'll save the Walmart to the end. They have a sale going on at Walmart. Sci-fi horror, to be honest with you. This one I got a little while ago. I don't think I showed it, though. If She Screams and Evil Lurks Within. Looks like a pretty cool setting. Got some tentacles. Is it Lovecraftian? I've got so many Dollar Tree hauls that have random tentacles on the cover, and sometimes they have nothing to do with the film. Echo Bridge. Okay, so I'm not like doing backflips that this is going to be the best thing ever, but you never know. It could be good. I appreciate the fact that the obligatory 4 pictures in the back are of decent quality and they're not blurry like you get a lot of times. Cassie is a struggling actress who is short the money she needs to pay for her rent when her friend presents her with the option to work for a weekend on a weed farm. Little do they know, an ancient evil has been unleashed and is taking its revenge on the inhabitants, one by one. Cassie and her friends find themselves facing terror after terror as threats both human and supernatural stalk them. Okay. Yeah, there you go. Could be good. This one I think I got a while ago too. I'm not sure how I feel about it. I haven't heard fantastic things. Cabin Fever, Patient Zero, The Birth of Fear. This is one of those movies where I've gotten the reboots and the sequels to the original mixed up. RLJ. Let me get my eyeballs close to the thing. 2014 with Sean Astin. Okay, so this is in the Caribbean. A lot of you guys are familiar with the original Cabin Fever. That's the only one I've ever seen, to be honest with you. Okay, you got secretive military personnel and a Patient Zero, who is Sean Astin. The lone person who's been exposed to the disease and shows no symptoms. Can they find a way to survive and escape? Or will the virus consume them in a bloodbath of chaos and carnage? Well, that's a little bit different. So I guess this is a sequel to the original? Or is it a sequel to a reboot? 2014, I don't think the reboot had come out then. Let me know if you guys know. All right. With this slipcover, couldn't resist. Not only that, I'm a resident of the Garden State, so Jersey Devil movie. You got, of course, it's called Carney. Nice embossed slipcover here. It's got a lot of texture. Lou Diamond Phillips, Step Right Up and Die. Pretty unoriginal tagline from the Man-Eater series. I'm going to guarantee right now this does not take place in New Jersey. A pet peeve of mine when it comes to Jersey Devil movies. There is one or two. An eerie carnival arrives in town with a ferocious star attraction, a mythical beast known as the Jersey Devil. This is pretty cool, whatever that is. All hell breaks loose when he escapes and sets off on a murderous, blood-soaked rampage. As the body count, the sheriff forms a team to hunt down the killer. The insatiable killer. The community's only hope is to destroy the demon and send him back to hell. Lou Diamond Phillips is the sheriff. Pretty cool slipcover. I got the pesky sticker off without ripping anything. That's always a win. All right, Sci-Fi and then Walmart. All right, hey, $1.25, guys. Not the most loved movies in the franchise. To be honest, I didn't think Terminator Salvation was that bad. I mean, it's the kind of movie you kind of think of it just as a movie, kind of way, you know, if you think of Halloween Ends just as a movie, it's not horrible. If you connect it to the franchise, you start to have problems with it. And Terminator 3, that was entertaining enough, I guess. Okay. Why not? Big fan of this series, franchise, back in the day. Most of the series, I mean, I kind of stopped at Next Generation. But when the movies came out back in the day, mandatory viewing, I have a story time video where I talk about going to a Star Trek convention where William Shatner was the guest at around the time that this came out. So if you want to check out that video, it's pretty funny. He was pretty funny at the convention. Easily the best made, most intelligent film in the Star Trek series. I do remember at the convention, I remember it was different back then. It wasn't as glitzy. A lot of it was like people who were connected to the industry standing up and just talking. And there was a guy there who was affiliated with the convention. He had seen most of this. It wasn't completely finished, but he had watched, like, he was able to somehow see most of it. And he actually gave away some pretty key scenes. There's a particularly violent scene, one of the more violent scenes in the whole series. He pretty much talked about that in detail. You know, it's kind of, looking back, it was like, man, they kind of gave away a lot. But it was good. It's good. And there you go. Next, double feature. Again, kind of like the Terminator. You've got two of the lesser loved movies in the franchise. We've got Generations, which connects the two, the original series and the Next Generation, with the two captains. Some pretty, you can't deny, some pretty good scenes. Kind of gives you the chills. Oh, I didn't try to de-sticker this. Actually, still got the plastic on. That's fine. And wait a minute. Let me just double check. I'm gonna bring this closer to my eyes and just make sure I'm talking about the right movie here. Let you guys take a look at my backdrop there. Let's see. Oh, okay, so this isn't the one. Okay, this is a pretty good one. First Contact. This is one with the Borg Queen, played by Alice Krieg. She was in the Netflix Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie, believe it or not. Interesting career, interesting roles. She was in Chariots of Fire years ago. So this isn't the one I thought. The one I thought, there's one where there's one that's like a glorified episode, where they contact a species on a planet, and it's pretty much like a longer episode. I mean, but that one was pretty action-packed. You know, obviously very Borg heavy, so that was always a good thing. As you can see, I'm a little fuzzy, so it'd be nice to go back and rewatch some of those. All right, first, now they're having something called, oh yeah, see, this one has the sticker on here. I guess the other one had the sticker on the plastic. I had an Instagram video where I had filmed in store. They've got this promo sale at Walmart, so they have color-coded stickers. So I got a couple from the $7.99 price category. They had, like, for example, they had a 4K of this, which was obviously more expensive. This was fun. This was fun. My wife and I watched this last night. Everything, everywhere, all at once. Nice multiverse movie. I did not know Jamie Lee Curtis was in this. That was a nice, pleasant surprise. Michelle Yeoh is fantastic. Okay, I'll let you read it there. She's an immigrant mother who's having some tax problems and problems of everyday life. She's got a daughter who has a girlfriend, and you know, they're a traditional family, so and James Hong is in this, the legendary James Hong playing the grandfather. Everyone in this was good. This was fantastic. But anyway, it's a wacky adventure, crazy visuals, really good. So that was good. And then the other one I got, double feature, Don't Breathe and Don't Breathe 2. Don't Breathe I've seen before. Don't Breathe 2 I watched the other night. So I've already watched both of these. I'll certainly go back and look at Don't Breathe again. I kind of felt like there were some things in the beginning of this that I was supposed to remember from the first one that I didn't, but I still enjoyed it. It's definitely both I mean, it's just a lot of carnage in this. Stephen Lang is very good. He's very good at these types of roles. I showed VFW a couple weeks ago. I got from, that was in my Hamilton Books Hall. You know, he's one of these scary older guys. This is actually supposed to take place like 8 years after the first one. So he's hiding out. They say it's a cabin. Almost seemed more like an old house in a I think it's like in Detroit, right? I think the first one was. Where you might have 10 houses in a block and only one of them are occupied, you know, and the rest are overgrown with weeds. So I think it had more like that atmosphere than a cabin. He lives with a young girl, and he's recreated the family stolen from him by a drunk driver. And then some criminals come in and kidnap her. And what I liked about it is it just almost for a while it seemed like, hey, let's just have an excuse to resurrect this character and have him put a hurting on some people. But there was a little twist there towards the end that I thought was pretty clever. And the story got fleshed out more than I thought it was going to be. So this was produced by Fede Alvarez and directed by someone called Rodo Sayugis. I'll pronounce it that way for the moment. Very good job all around by everybody involved. So I really enjoyed that one. Looking forward to rewatching Don't Breathe again, as a matter of fact. There you go, guys. Remember, tonight, I'm talking about heavy metal and horror movies on the Terrence McGuana channel at 5:30 Eastern Standard Time. Also, just let me mention, I was going to try to do a review. I didn't quite get to it. On Tubi, there's a movie called Death to Metal. About an hour and 25 minutes long. A lot of fun. If you're into heavy metal and horror movies, that's a nice, fun one to throw on. Not too heavy at all. But I look forward to seeing everyone there in the comments tonight. And if you can't make it and you want to rewatch it, that would be great. Thanks a lot. I appreciate it. I'll be back again later. Which one of these have you seen? Or which one of these films are you interested in seeing? Later.